What is up, YouTube? Hello to my fellow true crimers. Back at it again with a new video. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Today's video is going to be about Ray and Faye Copeland. Just to get started, Ray was born on December 30th, 1914 in Oklahoma, U.S. Faye was born on August 4th, 1921 in Harrison, Arkansas. While Ray was growing up, his family moved around and struggled a lot during the Great Depression. Ray would go on to commit a lot of crimes, and it would be basically a part of his life. Unfortunately, this activity would get him locked up. Shortly after he was released from a lengthy sentence that he got, he was released in 1940, and he met Faye, which would then go on to be his wife. They married in 1940, shortly after he got out of jail. They would go on to have several children. And just a little background on Ray: he would normally work as a cattle farmer, a thief, a swindler, a forger, and usually Faye, the wife, would work as a factory worker, motel maid, etc. Throughout their life together, they would have a lot of run-ins with the police, more so Ray, because he had a really bad reputation. And due to his terrible criminal reputation, he had to keep moving their family around while money was tight. And during this time, he also would serve even more jail sentences before he found a way to come up with a plan to improve his illegal money-making methods so that they would be undetected. Ray was known as a fraud. He could not buy and sell cattle on his own. And to get around this problem, he began to pick up drifters and would give them jobs and employ them as farmer hands on his property in Missouri. He would take his employees to the market where they would use bad checks to buy the cattle for him. After the transaction, Ray would sell the cattle very quickly, and the farmer hands would usually disappear without a trace for a while. This scam worked for a pretty good sense of time, honestly. And, you're kind of wondering, like, okay, what would happen to the farmer hands? So, the farmer hands would just disappear, and some people noticed a pattern, as well as other drifters were noticing just some suspicious things happening on the property of Ray and Faye Copeland. And basically, the police got caught up with this, and he was once again sent to jail for this. Now, there was one situation in particular that caused him to go to jail for this scam after he had worked for a good period of time. He had an employee that previously was working for him. His name was Jack McCormick. He called Crime Stopper, the hotline, in August 1989 to tell them that the Copelands had employed him, of course, and he had seen human bones on the farm while he was working there for them. And he also said that Ray tried to kill him. Police were initially skeptical of the claims that were being made, but after checking Ray's record, they decided to investigate further within this issue. In October 1989, they visited their Copeland farm, armed with a search warrant and dozens of officers and a team of investigators. Initially, they didn't find anything incriminating as far as evidence, but after searching further, they found bodies of 3 young men that were discovered in a nearby barn. As the search continued, more bodies were being found, and all killed with the same weapon, a .22 caliber Marlin rifle that was later found in the Copeland home. It became clear that Ray killed his employees in pursuit of money. Faye's actions were initially questioned. When she went to trial in November 1990, her defense mounted a picture of her as a dutiful wife and a mother who had endured beatings and general ill treatment from her husband. However, the jury convicted her of 5 counts of first-degree murder, and she was given 4 death sentences for the murders and 1 life sentence. Dennis K. Murphy of Normal, Illinois, was killed on October 17th. Wayne Warner was killed on November 19th, 1986. Along with Dennis was 1986 as well. Jim Dale Harvey was killed on October 25th, 1988. John W. Freeman was killed December 8th, 1988. Paul J. Coward was killed either May 3rd or 4th in 1989. In March of 1991, Ray went to trial and was convicted of 5 counts of murder and sentenced to death. Upon hearing that Faye had been sentenced to death by lethal injection as well, Ray showed no emotion and replied, "Well, those things happen to some people, you know." Ray died of natural causes in October 19th, 1998. His body was cremated. Faye's attorney appealed her conviction, contending that the jury was not allowed to hear evidence that Ray had abused her for years. In August 6, 1999, the judge overturned the death sentence of Faye, but let the conviction stand and commute her sentence to 5 consecutive terms of life without parole. On August 10, 2002, Faye suffered a stroke that left her partially paralyzed and unable to speak. Weeks later, in September 2002, Governor Bob Holden authorized a medical parole for Faye, fulfilling her one last wish that she had before she died in prison. I guess she just didn't want to die in prison. She was paroled to a nursing home in her hometown in Missouri, where she died of natural causes at the age of 82. She left behind 5 children and 17 grandchildren. That's pretty crazy, right? But yes, you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's pretty wild. And they're known for being basically, they're the United States' oldest death row couple so far. So that's pretty crazy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, though. And definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Bye for now.